welcome to AFRICUNIA TV News Updates. My name is Deborah Ezeh. We begin from the African scene. In Angola, the main opposition party, UNITA, re-elected Adalberto Costa Jr. as leader of the opposition. In October, the Constitutional Court annulled his 2019 election as party leader. The decision of the court was announced on the same day that UNITA formed a coalition with two other groups to increase the chances of defeating the long-ruling MPLA in elections due in October or August 2022. And in South Africa, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and Senegalese President Macky Sall have expressed their displeasure towards rich countries over travel ban imposed on them since the country announced the discovery of a new coronavirus variant, Omicron. This was during the opening of the 77th edition of the Dakar International Forum on Peace and Security in Africa on Monday. Senegalese President Macky Sall called for unity amongst world leaders at a time like this in order to fight the pandemic. And moving on, new data from the WHO has revealed the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted malaria services, leading to an increase in case and death. According to the report, there were an estimated 241 million malaria cases and 627,000 malaria deaths worldwide in 2020, and represents about 40 million more cases in 2020 compared to 2019 and 69,000 more deaths. Approximately two-thirds of this additional death, that is 47,000, were linked to disruption in the provision of malaria prevention, diagnosis and treatment during the pandemic. And now in Nigeria, the United Kingdom on Monday justified its travel ban on Nigeria, saying the measure was a temporary measure aimed at protecting its public health. The head of communications, British High Commission, Dean Ulloch, stated this in response to inquiries on Monday evening, just as the federal government said the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 would respond to the travel ban. The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who said this at a press conference in Abuja on Monday, described the travel ban as discriminatory. Also, Nigeria's High Commissioner to the UK, Alhaji Sharafa Ishola, described the travel ban as apartheid. And still in Nigeria, the National Assembly is to make resources available in the 2022 budget for the war against COVID-19, even as it would prioritize judicious deployment of the funds. President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, dropped the hint yesterday while opening a national summit on the virus with the theme End the Pandemic and Build Back Better, organized by the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19. He told the participants that in the 2022 appropriation, whatever is necessary will be provided for Nigeria to continue the fight of the pandemic. And on the foreign scene, Mexican officials have sped up the transfer of thousands of migrants from southern Mexico to other regions as north-border states prepare to receive asylum seekers sent back to Mexico from the United States. Dozens of buses full of migrants, mostly from Central America, as well as some from Cuba and Venezuela, have the city of Tapachula in Chiapas state in recent days to head to other states. Many of the migrants have waited months in Tapachula near the Guatemala border to try to regularize their migration status. Many have left violent and improvised home countries, hoping to eventually seek asylum in the United States. And still on the foreign scene, US President Joe Biden and Russian President Putin on Tuesday will hold a high-stake video conference call that Biden will use to try to dissuade Moscow from invading Ukraine, where thousands of troops are massed near the border. Ahead of his first direct talks with Putin since July, Biden consulted with European allies on Monday to discuss plans for sanctions against Russia and seek a stronger allied stance in support of Ukraine's territorial integrity and sovereignty. And now on the sports scene, a saliva test designed to diagnose concussion is set to be trialed in the Premier League as football authorities agree to action plan on brain health. A joint action plan on brain health published by the league, along with the Football Association, the EFL and the Professional Footballers Association, sets out details of work being done to protect current footballers from concussion and subconcussive impact, and to understand why there is an increased risk of neurodegenerative disease among professional footballers compared to the general population. And finally, China warned on Tuesday that a US diplomatic boycott of the Beijing Winter Olympic could harm two-way dialogue and cooperation in important areas, and called for politics to be kept out of sport. The step encouraged for months by some members of the Congress and rights advocacy groups come just weeks after the talks by leaders Joe Biden and Xi Jinping that aim to ease tense relations between their nations. And that's all we can take on news update today. Do follow all our social media platforms to stay connected to our news and programs. Once again, I'm Deborah Ezeh. Bye for now.